Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters all over the world. I'm Yahuda ben Israel. I'm here to teach the word of Yah, only Yah, giving all glory and honor and praise to Almighty Yahweh by saying hallelujah, praise the mighty Yah. That's it and that's all. Now today's topic is, I'm going to talk about the ungodly men and do not go out your race. Animals don't go out their race. You don't integrate your clothes, and you don't integrate your food or none of that. I'm gonna talk about all that today, but I want to start off talking about the ungodly men, the men that's evil, unrighteous, and wicked. Okay, first of all, I want to go to Genesis, the 18th chapter, and start at the 20th verse.
Genesis chapter 18, verse 20. And Yahweh said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me, and if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence and went toward Sodom. But Abraham stood yet before Yahweh, and Abraham drew near and said, wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked?
Now Abraham asked the Almighty a question.
Peradventure there be 50 righteous within the city.
If I could find 50 righteous people in this city called Sodom and Gomorrah,
wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein? That be far from thee to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked. That be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? Verse 28. And Yahweh said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sakes.
See, the Almighty is a merciful Elohim. If he can find 50 righteous people in the city, at this time it was Sodom and Gomorrah, we're going to take New York as a city. And if I can find 50 people in New York, I won't destroy it. The Almighty loved the righteous just that much that he would not destroy the city for the wicked people. Read.
And Abraham answered and said, behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto Yahweh, which am but dust and ashes. Peradventure there shall lack 5 of the 50 righteous. Wilt thou destroy all the city for lack of 5? And he said, if I find there 45, I will not destroy it.
Now he going on down. He went from 50, now he going on down to 45. You always say if he can find 45. Read.
And he spake unto him yet again and said, peradventure there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will not do it for 40's sake.
Now he went on down to 40.
And he said to him, oh, let not Yahweh be angry, and I will speak. Peradventure there shall 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto Yahweh. Peradventure there shall be 20 found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 20's sake. And he said, oh, let not Yahweh be angry, and I will speak yet but this once. Peradventure 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. And Yahweh went away, and Yahweh went his way, as soon as he had left communing with Abraham.
No.
And Abraham returned unto his place.
Okay, Genesis 19 and 1.
Genesis chapter 19, verse 1. And there came 2 angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them. And he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And he said, behold now, my masters, tune in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on thy ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night. and he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto it, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house, and he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young.
All these men, old and young, surrounded the house.
All the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night?
Now these faggots, these sodomites, these gay men, or whatever you want to call them, they was wicked.
Bring them out unto us, that we may know them.
Bring them out of the house, Lord, where we can have sex with them. These booty bandits, these ungodly men. Read.
And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly.
Okay, wickedly. Let's look up the word wickedly, and we're going to look up the word Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's see what this word wickedly means. Let's see if I got it. Okay. First of all, I want to look up Sodom.
Sodomite, Sodom, one who practices sodomy, unnatural sexual intercourse.
See, this is an unnatural sexual intercourse when you want to have sex in somebody's ass, a booty. Even if it's a woman or a man. A booty is a booty. Read.
Especially that between two males.
Especially between two men.
These English words are derived from Sodom, an ancient city in the land of Canaan, noted for such depraved activities. All the men of Sodom came to Lot's house, demanding that they allow them to have sexual relations with two people inside, but Lot refused. The next day, Lot escaped from Sodom, and Elohim destroyed the city because of its great sin.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, so in other words, a sodomite is a man that like to have sex with people in their butts. That's an evil thing, wicked. Whether it's a woman or a man, it's ungodly to have sex in anybody's anus, in their butt. Okay, now did I what I want to read up? Wicked, the word wicked. Let's see. Let's see.
Wicked, bad or harmful on purpose, evil.
Evil. Wicked is evil. Bad. Ain't no good. Wicked. Okay, what verse we left off at?
Verse 8.
Okay.
Behold, now I have two daughters which have not known man.
Now I got two daughters, a virgin, ain't never had sex with a man. That's what Lot's saying.
Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes.
Now I'm gonna give you my two daughters. You can do it how you want to do them, but don't mess with these men. You can have my daughters, but leave these men alone. Read.
Only unto these men do nothing.
Do nothing, right?
For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof.
Right, they came to visit me.
And they said, Stand back. And they said again, This one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them.
Now these sodomites, these faggot breakers, who is you? You ain't no better than me, because I like men and woo up the bam is what they saying today. These evil, wicked men trying to put themselves in a category with a righteous man, and they evil. Read.
And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door.
Now they're going to break in the house, going to break the door down just to have sex with these two men. Read.
But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them, and shut to the door.
Before these faggots can get to Lot, they drove him in the house and shut the door.
And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness.
Now these two angels, these was two angels that went to visit Sodom and Gomorrah, and they blind everybody down there because of this sin, this wicked sin that these Sodomites wanted to do to these men. Read.
both small and great,
Both that small and great men, from old men to young men, because you had all kind of factors back then, like today. Read.
so that they worried themselves to find the door.
They blind, they can't see. They trying to find the door now, because their eyes closed. They can't see. The two angels them blind. Read.
And the man said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons, and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place.
Right. Get your family up out of here, because they're finna destroy this city. Read.
For we will destroy this place,
Right.
because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of Yahweh.
This is a great sin for men to go with men and women to go with women. That's what this saying.
And Yahweh said, and Yahweh has sent us to destroy it.
Y'all always sent these two angels to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. Why? Because everybody down there was gay and faggot and doing it the ungodly way. These ungodly men, like I said, read.
And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place.
Come on, y'all, get up out of here.
For Yahweh will destroy this city.
That's right.
But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy two daughters which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city.
The consume mean destroy, lest you be destroyed. Read.
And while he lingered, the man laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his two daughters. And Yahweh being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth and set him without the city. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. And Lot said unto them, Oh, not so, my not so, my Yahweh. Behold, now thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die there, and I die. Behold, now this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. And he said to him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city, for the which thou hast spoken. Haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zoar. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. Then Yahweh rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from Yahweh out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities, and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew upon the ground.
Okay, now in other words, the Almighty Yahweh destroyed this city because he couldn't find 10 righteous men that was not gay in this city. And the same thing he gonna do to the United States. Why everybody, all these rich white folks and all these rich black folks is in Hollywood, undercover, in the closet, outside the closet, being gay and running around with these men on men and women on women. He gonna destroy them. Okay, now let's go to Leviticus 18. Still talking about the ungodly men. Leviticus 18, I think 20. No, yeah, 22.
Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination.
This is abomination. Now let's look up the word abomination. This is abomination. Okay.
Abomination comes from a Latin word that means from a bad omen. A bad omen is a sign that something unpleasant or disagreeable may happen.
Right here. I said the blue.
Oh,
Man,
abominable.
you read it wrong.
Nasty and disgusting, hateful, very unpleasant, disagreeable.
Okay. Hateful. Right. That's what abomination. So it's a great sin for a man to lay with a man and a woman to lay with a woman. Okay, skip on down to 29.
Verse 29. For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the souls that commit them shall be cut off from among their people.
Anybody that's a homosexual, or bisexual, or trisexual, or gay, or whatever you want to call it, hey, they're gonna be cut off from his people. Ain't gonna make it. Read the 30th verse.
Therefore shall ye keep my ordinance, that ye commit not any one of these abominable customs.
That's right. You ain't supposed to be doing none of this. Read.
Which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am Yahweh your Elohim.
Okay, Leviticus 20 and 13.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lied with a woman,
If two men lie together like you lay with a woman,
both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death.
you should surely be going to hell, whoever you is, don't matter who you is. Read.
Their blood shall be upon them.
And their blood gonna be up on them. Okay, Deuteronomy 22. So it's a great sin for two men to go together, two women. The book talking. I didn't make this up or write this. The book, the Almighty wrote these. Okay, Deuteronomy 22 and 22.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel.
Okay, if a man sleeping around with another man's wife, that's what they're saying. That's an abomination. That's a sin. And both of them going to hell, the man and the woman. Both of them wrong. I ain't got no business with your wife, and you ain't got no business with my wife. Ain't nobody got no business going around sleeping with another man's wife. That's what it's saying. That's abomination, sin. Okay, let's go to Deuteronomy 23 and 17. Let's go to Deuteronomy 23 and 17.
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
Ain't gonna be no sodomites. Ain't gonna be no booty bandits in Israel. They all through United States, all through it, everywhere. But hey, when we go back home, ain't gonna be none of that jumping off. Ain't gonna be no faggots. Ain't gonna be no gays, lesbian, homosexual. Ain't gonna be none of that. All that's gonna be done away with. That's wicked. Okay, let's go to Judges. Okay, let's go to Judges chapter 19. Still talking about the ungodly man. Everybody think it's okay to be gay today. Okay, Judges 19 and started to 16, right?
Judges chapter 19, verse 16. And behold, there came an old man from his work out of the field at even, which was also of Mount Ephraim, and he sojourned in Gibeah. But the men of the place were Benjamites.
Now these Benjamites, these men,
And when he had lifted up his eyes, he saw a wayfaring man in the street of the city. And the old man said, Whither goest thou, and whence comest thou? And he said unto him, We are passing from Bethlehem, Judah, toward the side of Mount Ephraim. From thence am I. And I went to Bethlehem, Judah, but I am now going to the house of Yahweh, and there is no man that receiveth me to house. Yet there is both straw and provender for our asses, and there is bread and wine also for me, and for thy handmaid, and for the young man which is with thy servants. There is no want of anything.
Got everything I need and want.
And the old man said, Peace be with thee. Howsoever, let all thy wants lie upon me. Only lodge not in the streets. So he brought him into his house, and gave provender unto the asses, and they washed their feet, and did eat and drink. Now as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of
Belial. Belial.
okay, beset the house round about,
Now these men from Belial, they sit around the house. And these some little gay men. Watch what they want to do. Watch.
and beat at the door,
Now they beating on the door. Open the door.
and spake to the master of the
And
house,
spoke to the owner of the house,
the old man,
the old man.
saying, Bring forth the man that came into thine house, that we may know him.
Bring the men out that we can have sex. And go some more gay men, some more faggots, booty bandits, or whatever you want to call them. Read.
And the man, the master of the house, went out unto them, and said unto them, Nay, my brethren, nay, I pray you,
Nay mean no. No, my brother. No, my brother. Read.
do not so wickedly,
Don't do this wicked, evil, ungodly, disgusting thing. Read.
saying that this man is come into mine house.
This man came to visit me.
Do not this folly.
Do not this wicked thing.
Behold, here is my daughter, a maiden, and his concubine.
Now here go my daughter and the concubine.
Them I will bring out now, and humble ye them, and do with them what seemeth good unto you. But unto this man do not so vile a thing.
But to this man, don't do this to this man. I got a virgin daughter. I got a daughter. I got these concubines. I got women for you evil men. But watch you read.
But the man would not hearken to him.
Oh man, we don't want no woman. We want a man. He ain't letting. Oh man, go get the men. We ain't worried about them women. Read.
So the man took his concubine, and brought her forth unto them, and they knew her, and abused her all the night until the morning.
Okay, since they couldn't get to the men, they went on, raped the woman, and sodomized her, and booty, mess with her all night. Read.
And when the day began to spring, they let her go.
They let her go that morning. Read.
Then came the woman in the dawning of the day, and fell down at the door of the man's house where her master was, till it was light. And her master rose up in the morning, and opened the doors of the house, and went out to go his way. And behold, the woman his concubine was fallen down at the door of the house, and her hands were upon the threshold.
The threshold was up on the doorknob, so they had raped this woman in the butt all day and all night. These evil men did this to this woman because they was mad because they couldn't get to the men, so they settled for less. Well, we're going to take this woman and rape her, since we can't get hold of these men. Read.
And he said unto her, Up, and let us be going. But none answered. Then the man took her up upon a ass, and the man rose up, and gat him unto his place. And when he was come into his house, he took a knife, and laid hold on his concubine, and divided her together with her bones into 12 pieces, and sent her into all the coast of Israel. And it was so that all that saw it said, There was no such deed done nor seen from the day that the children of Israel came up out of the land of Egypt unto this day. Consider of it, take advice, and speak your minds.
In other words, these men was gay and they wanted their men again in the book of Judges. We read in Genesis. Now we just read in the book of Judges. Now let's go to 1 Kings. 1 Kings, the 14th chapter. 14 and 21 through 24.
1 Kings chapter 14, verse 21. And Rehoboam the son of Solomon reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 40 and 1 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which Yahweh did choose out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there. And his mother's name was Naamath and Ammonitess. And Judah did evil in the sight of Yahweh, and they provoked him to jealousy with their sins which they had committed, above all that their fathers had done. For they also built them high places and images and groves on every high hill and under every green tree. And there were also Sodomites in the land.
And at that time in Jerusalem, there were Sodomites in the land. Read.
And they did according to all the abominations of the nations
Read.
which Yahweh cast out before the children of Israel. And it came to pass.
No, that's all I wanted. They was cast out. But letting you know there was Sodomites in Jerusalem, and they was cast out of there. Okay, go to 1 Kings 15 and 11. Or that's 11.
1 Kings chapter 15, verse 11. And Asa did that which was right in the eyes of Yahweh.
Now, the Asa was right in the eyes of Yah.
As did David his father.
He was just like his father, had a good heart.
And he took away the Sodomites out of the land.
Now Asa took out the Sodomites out of the land.
And removed all the idols that his fathers had made.
He removed all these crosses, statues, and pictures that they was wearing and worshiping just like they're doing today. He got rid of all that. Read.
And also Maachah, his mother, even her he removed from being queen.
Now his own mama, he had to remove her from being queen. Why? It's going to tell you why he had to remove his own mama. Read.
Because she had made an idol in a grove, and Asa destroyed her idol and burnt it by the brook Kidron.
All right, so sometimes your parents can be mean and evil. They don't know no better. They're wearing crosses and worship, going to church and all this. And Asa was 100 in the eyes of Yah, and he got rid of it. And he removed his mama from being queen because she was idolatrous, worshiping idols and stone and all this old mess. Okay, let's go. That was 13. Okay, go to Psalm 1 and 6. Okay, Psalm 1 and 6.
Psalms chapter 1, verse 6. For Yahweh knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish.
See, the ungodly gonna perish. I don't care who you is. You ungodly, running around with 2 men and 2 women, you ungodly. You gonna perish. Okay, let's go to Psalm 73. Book doing the talking. Not me. Everything I'm showing you in the book. I ain't made up nothing. Okay, 73. I think yeah, 73 and 11 and 12. Yeah.
Psalms chapter 73, verse 11. And they say, how doeth Elohim know?
And ask a question, how does Almighty know?
And is there knowledge in the Most High?
Yes, knowledge in him. Read.
Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world.
These are the ungodly that prosper in the world. Read.
They increase in riches.
They increase in riches. See, the ungodly, the faggots, and sodomite, they got all the money. Everybody in Hollywood gay, everybody in California gay, everybody got all the gay people got all the money. That's who got all the money today. Okay, that's all I want. Let's go to now. I'm finna go to the New Testament and prove that JC and Paul was gay. Let's go to St. John. St. John. I know they ain't never heard this before or seen this before, but I got something for you today. Let's go to St. John. Okay. Chapter 13. Yeah. I ain't gonna tell it to you. I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, St. John 13-21.
John chapter 13, verse 21. When JC had thus said, he was troubled in spirit and testified and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me.
Read.
Then the disciples looked one on another.
Then they looking at each other, these disciples, because the disciples were 12 men, wasn't no women. He was around all men.
Doubting of whom he spake. Now there was leaning on JC's bosom one of his disciples whom JC loved.
Okay, let's look up the word bosom. Let's look up the word bosom. Now, one of his disciples who he loved, the book say, was laying on his chest. Because that's what the word bosom means, chest. But I want
Bosom, another word for the chest of the human body.
the chest of the human body. So one of his disciples that was laying on his chest, read, hold on, let me see what verse we at.
24.
Okay, yeah, go.
Verse 24. Simon Peter therefore beckoned to him that he should ask who it should be of whom he spake. He then lying on JC's breast saith unto him, Lord, who is it?
Hold it right there. This disciple of his who he loved was laying on his breast. Now, I'm gonna give you. Hold on, I'm gonna say that later. But let's go to John 21-20. John 21-20. Now, I never read where no woman laid in his breast or none of that. That 21-20, John. I think it's yeah.
John chapter 21, verse 20. Then Peter, turning about, seeth the disciple whom JC loved following, which also leaned on his breast at supper, and said, Lord, which is he that betrayeth thee?
Now, this man leaning on his breast, because I never read nowhere where JC let a woman lean on him or he hugged a woman. He never got married. He never had any kids. He never had a girlfriend. He never had a family. He never had none of that. So it was something strange about this guy in the New Testament they called JC, because he never was with a woman at any time. Now, go to Matthew 26. Now, Matthew 26. Matthew 26-47. Yeah.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 47. And while he yet spake, lo, Judas, one of the 12, came, and with him a great multitude with swords and staves, from the chief priests and elders of the people. Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, Whomsoever I shall kiss, that same is he.
The kiss. Now, I ain't never known JC to kiss nobody but a man. He never kissed a woman. And if you can show me where he kissed a woman at, I'm going to give you some money. Read.
Hold him fast. And forthwith he came to JC and said, Hail, master, and kissed him.
And kissed him.
And JC said unto him, Friend,
After he kissed him, he called him a friend. After he kissed him, he called him a friend.
wherefore art thou come?
Where you coming from?
Then came they and laid hands on JC and took him.
Right, okay. In other words, and took him. Okay, now, I got a man laying in his chest and got him kissing another man. Okay, now. That's one. That's two. That's three. That's four. And that's 5. Now, if you can show me in the Bible, anywhere in the King James Version of the Bible, where JC had sex with a woman, where he had a girlfriend, where he had a wife, where he kissed a woman, or had anything to do with a woman, then you'll get $500 if you can show me where he did anything with a woman and where he had a son or a daughter, had a family, any kind of thing with a woman. Okay, now let's go to let me talk about Paul. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. Now I done got off JC, I'm getting on Paul now. What I say, 1 Corinthians? Yeah. That's right out the Romans. 1 Corinthians 7:1.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1.
Now this is Paul's book. This is Paul talking. Read.
Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman.
Hold it right there. Paul says it's good for a man not to touch a woman. So in other words, it's got to be good to touch another man. That's what Paul's saying. Okay, skip on down to 6th verse.
Verse 6. But I speak this by permission and not of commandment.
I speak this on my own words, on my own self, and ain't nobody commanding me to do this. This is me talking. I ain't got it from Yah. I ain't get it from Moses. I ain't get it from none of the prophets. Okay, good. 6 through 11, read.
For I would that all men were even as I myself.
He said he wished all men on the earth was just like him, himself, meaning he didn't have no wife, he didn't have no girlfriend, he never been with a woman. That's where the Catholic priests get it from, I guess, because Paul said he wished everybody was like him.
But every man have his proper gift of God, one after this manner, and another after that. I say therefore to the unmarried.
Now, Paul said, I say. That's how he said, I say. Read.
And widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I.
Hey, it's good for them not to have nobody. Don't have no woman.
But if they cannot contain, let them marry.
But then if they can't contain, then you might as well get married. If you can't contain, if you can't control yourself, if you that hot, read.
For it is better to marry than to burn.
So it's better to marry than burn than him. Let him tell it.
And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. Let not the wife depart from her husband.
No matter if she committed adultery, still let her not depart from whatever she do. The man don't leave this man, whatever he did. Read.
But and if she depart, let her remain unmarried.
And then if you get a divorce, Paul said don't get no other husband. So all these Christian women out there, if you never got a divorce and got married again, then you are sinning in Paul's eyes. Read that again. Watch it.
But and if she depart, let her remain unmarried.
Let her remain unmarried, mean don't marry again.
Or be reconciled to her husband.
Right.
And let not the husband put away his wife.
And don't let her, even if she committed adultery or whatever she do, don't get rid of it. Still hold on to it. That's a mess. Okay, go to 1 Corinthians chapter 9. Okay, 9 and did I read 1 Corinthians 6? No, let's go to 1 Corinthians 16. I didn't read that, I don't think. Yeah. 1 Corinthians 16. Shit. Okay, 1 Corinthians 16 to 17, 18.
1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 17. I am glad of the coming of Stephanas and Fortunatus and Achaicus, for that which was lacking on your part they have supplied, for they have refreshed my spirit.
See, when he saw these men coming, it refreshed his spirit. He got glad when he seen these men come. Read.
And yours, therefore acknowledge ye them that are such.
I acknowledge these men that are such. Okay, I just want to prove a point right there to let you know he was glad to see these men come and they refresh his spirit. Now, let's go to 1 Corinthians 9. 1 Corinthians 9 and 19.
1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 19. For though I be free from all men, yet have I made myself servant unto all,
Now he made himself servant to all these men, read,
that I might gain the more.
that I might gain the more. So watch what he do.
And unto the Jews I became as a Jew.
Hey, when I went to the Jews, I became as a Jew. I got to doing what the Jews was doing. Read.
That I might gain the Jews.
That he might gain the Jews, because when he went to wherever he went, he became them people. Read.
To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law.
And to the people that was keeping the law, I kept the law. I did it because they was doing it, so I can gain them. Read.
To them that are without law, as without law, being not without law to God, but under the law to JC, that I might gain them that are without law.
So the ones that doing keeping the law, see how carnal minded and how this man is. Wherever he go, he become like the people. Where they keep the law, I'm gonna keep it. When I go over there where they ain't keeping the law, I ain't gonna keep the law to gain these people. Read.
To the weak became I as weak, that I might gain the weak.
So when I go to the weak people, I'm gonna become weak just like the weak people. This man is a clown. Read.
I am made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some.
Okay. In other words, when he went to Sodom and Gomorrah, he became a faggot. That's what he's saying. Wherever he went, okay, where I'm gonna go to the vice lord, I'm gonna become a vice lord. When I go to the GDs, I'm gonna become a GD. When I go to the Latin Kings, I'm gonna become a Latin King. When I go to the Bloods, I'm gonna become a Blood. When I go to the Crips, I'm gonna become a Crip. Come on, man, who can follow a clown man like this? This man phone is a $3 bill. Okay, let's go to Acts 20. Another one of Paul's books that he wrote, Acts. Okay, Acts 20, I think. Yeah, Acts 20 and 33 to 38. Okay.
Acts chapter 20, verse 33. I have coveted no man's silver or gold. I have coveted no man's silver or gold or apparel.
Now, Paul said he ain't covered nobody's silver. Read.
Yea, ye yourselves know that these hands have ministered unto my necessities, and to them that were with me. I have showed you all things, how that so laboring ye ought to support the weak, and to remember the words of the LORDJC, how he said, it is more blessed to give than to receive. And when he had thus spoken, he kneeled down and prayed with them all.
Now, with all these men, he kneeled down and prayed with these men. All these men, read.
And they all wept sore.
And they all wept so, weeping and crying.
And fell on Paul's neck.
And they fell on his neck.
And kissed him.
All these men kissed Paul on his neck.
Sorrowing most of all for the words which he spake, that they should see his face no more. And they accompanied him unto the ship.
Okay, let's go to 1 Thessalonians. Still in the New Testament. Talking about these gay men. Okay, Thessalonians, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 26. Yeah.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 6.
No, 26.
Verse 26. Greet all the brethren with an holy kiss.
Now, every time you see your brother, you're supposed to kiss him. That's according to the New Testament. That's what it say. Okay, let's go to James, the book of James, and book of James 2:22. Now, the word gay is only in the New Testament one time, the word gay, and then we're going to break this word gay down.
James chapter 2, verse 22.
No, verse 2 and 3.
James chapter 2, verse 2. For if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring and goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man in vile raiment, and ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing.
Now, you have respect for this gay man that's wearing a dress, a miniskirt, a stockings, a panties. Read that third verse again. Watch this.
And ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing.
Gay clothing.
And say unto him,
and say unto this man,
sit thou here in a good place.
Sit on down in the good place at the house.
And say to the poor, stand thou there, or sit here under my footstool.
Okay. So, in other words, accept the gay man just like the poor man. That's what they're saying. Now, let's look up the word gay. Okay, it wasn't in there. Okay, let me look up this. Okay, I'm looking up the word gay.
Gay, lively and full of joy, merry, happy, bright and showy, a homosexual.
A homosexual. So gay can mean happy, joyful, funny, or whatever, and then it means homosexual. So now I want the world. I got another $500 here saying, now if you can show me where JC or Paul had a wife, had a girlfriend, had a son, or had a daughter, or was with any woman at any time, you get another $500. That's for Paul. One. That's two. That's three. And that's four. And that's five. Now, I'm going to send $1,000 to anybody out there in the United States or out of the United States that they can show me, they can prove to me that JC was not gay, and they can prove to me that Paul was not gay. Okay, now let's go to Proverbs 18. Now we're going back to the real book, which is the Old Testament. I want Proverbs 18 and 22.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing.
Now the book of Proverbs said, whosoever find a wife find a good thing. So it's a no good thing if you ain't got none. That's what they're saying. What's the opposite of good? Bad. So if you ain't got none, that's bad. Read.
And obtaineth favor of Yahweh.
This is a favor from Yah. Anytime you find a wife or woman, this is obtaining a favor from Yah. So all those men in the New Testament, they never had no wives. So that was a wicked, evil thing when you ain't got no wife. Okay, now go to Genesis chapter 2. I just want y'all to show me where Paul and JC had a wife or a girlfriend. But I just showed you where they laid around men, let men kiss them, they kissed the man, and they let men lay in their bosom and all that kind of mess. You just read that. And I want you to show me where the women did some of that at. And you get your money. Genesis chapter 2, verse 21.
And Yahweh Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which Yahweh Elohim had taken from man made he a woman,
See, the Almighty took this rib from Adam and made a woman. So that's right. You're supposed to be with a woman. You're supposed to be with no man. Read.
and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man.
She was taken out of me. The Almighty took a rib and made this woman. Bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. Read.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
And they should be one flesh. They're going to think alike. They're both going to keep the laws. They both ain't going to eat poor. They both ain't going to celebrate holidays. They're going to think alike. They're going to be on the same page. They're going to be doing the same thing. It's one flesh. They're going to think alike. One ain't going to be going to church, and one ain't going to be to do this and to do that. You know, no. Together we stand divided before. We got to get on the same page. That's how our house stand. Read.
And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed.
Okay. Now let's go to Proverbs 31. Proverbs 31. Yeah, now I want to talk about the good women. Because last week I talked about the ungodly women, but you got some righteous and good women too. Yeah. So I'm going to read about them right quick. Let's go to Proverbs 31 and start at the 10th verse.
Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
Okay, it's asking the question, who can find a virtuous woman? Let's look up the word virtuous right quick. Let me see if I can get it right quick. Virtuous. Let's see. Let me see. Let's see. Virtuous. Let's see. Okay. I think the virtuous right there. Right there. Virtuous.
Virtuous, having virtue, good, moral, chaste.
Okay, a good woman. Virtuous mean good, and it mean righteous too. The other Bible dictionary says righteous. So a virtuous woman is a righteous woman, means she good and she righteous. Okay, let's start all over again.
Verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Who can find a good woman or a righteous woman is asking the question. Read.
For her price is far above rubies.
Her price is over the money, over the gold, and over everything. Read.
The heart of her husband do it. Safely trust in her.
And the husband gonna trust in her because he's gonna be able to go to work and ain't gonna worry about another man being up in the house. He can send her to the store and she ain't gonna be going by a boyfriend's house. Read.
So that he shall have no need of spoil.
He ain't gonna have no need to get over on her, put his hands on her, beat her, because she gonna be 1,000. He ain't got no reason to slap her and then talk bad to her, mistreat and misuse her. Read.
She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
It said all the days of her life. And then say some of all the days, every y'all been together, she gonna always do you good. She ain't gonna be lying to you. She ain't gonna be perpetrating no fraud. She ain't gonna have no boyfriend on the side. Read.
She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands.
She's a seamstress. She know how to sew. She know how to knit. She know how to take care of business, take care of home. Read.
She is like the merchant's ships. She bringeth her food from afar.
She go a long way to bring her food home to her family.
She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household.
Hey, she raised up 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. She in the kitchen cooking eggs, hash brown, pancakes, and turkey bacon. You can smell it, waking you up, and it's still dark outside. Read.
and a portion to her maidens. She considered a field and buyed it.
She sees some land and go buy it.
With the fruit of her hands, she planted a vineyard.
She planted greens, spinach, and cabbage, and watermelons, and zucchini, and all kind of fruit and vegetables. She do that in the garden.
She girded her loins with strength.
She girded her loin with strength.
And strengthened her arms.
And straightened her arms.
She perceived that her merchandise is good.
She gonna make sure her merchandise is good. It ain't gonna be no generic. It ain't gonna be fake.
Her candle goeth not out by night.
Cause she gonna pay a light bill. She gonna make sure all the bills paid, and ain't gonna be playing games, running around, drinking, smoking, getting high, running to the boat, gambling with her money. But she know a light bill do. Read.
She laid her hands to the spindle.
The spindle. She on the sewing machine, laying her hand to spindle, cause she making clothes for her kids and her husband and herself.
And her hands hold the distaff.
That's right.
She stretched out her hand to the poor.
And she helped the poor people. Like we'll go see somebody who's poor, give them $1.50 or something, and go on in the store.
Yea, she reached forth her hands to the needy.
She look out for the needy. Anybody that needs some help, give them a ride or whatever. Do something nice for them.
She is not afraid of the snow for her household.
The reason why she ain't afraid of the snow because she done paid her electric bill, a heat bill, a kerosene bill. She didn't make sure because she ain't gonna be cold. So come on with the snow.
For all her household are clothed with scarlets.
All the household clothes, everybody cleaned up and looking nice and doing good, wearing good clothes. Wearing 100% cotton, not that mixed up garment stuff. Read.
She making herself coverings of tapestry.
That's right.
Her clothing is silk and purple.
Nice clothes, good material.
Her husband is known in the gates.
Everybody know her husband.
When he sitteth among the elders of the land.
When he's sitting around the elders of the land.
She maketh fine linen.
She make clothes.
And selleth it.
Because she's a seamstress. This lady here is a seamstress, and that's how she make her living, by selling clothes, garments. Read.
And deliver girdles unto the merchant.
And sell it to the merchant.
Strength and honor are her clothing.
This how she get paid, through her clothes and strength, right?
And she shall rejoice in time to come.
That's right. She gonna rejoice in time to come, because she gonna have enough money to buy what she want to buy.
She opened her mouth with wisdom.
She talk about Yah. She talk about the good things, and she don't be out there drinking and swearing and cussing and loud and all that kind of mess, being no ungodly woman. Read.
And in her tongue is the law of kindness.
She real humble and nice. Every she speak, she be nice, treat people with respect, and just a good woman. Read.
She looketh well to the ways of her household.
She gonna take care of home. She gonna make sure plenty of food, make sure the lights get paid, make sure the gas get paid, make it just pay bills and take care of home. Make sure home ain't gonna want for nothing.
And eat not the bread of idleness.
She ain't lazy. Eat the idle brother lazy. Idle to me lazy. Take your time, slow. Oh, my bill due on the 1st. I pay it on the 30th. You know, just drag, just slow it. You know, take your time and ain't sharp. Lazy.
Her children arise up and call her blessed.
The reason why they gonna call her blessed, I sure got a good mama. I never went without a meal. I never was hungry. I always had clothes on my back. She took care of me, made sure when I got sick, and she nursed my cold, and just was a good woman, took care of me. Read.
Her husband also, and he praised her.
He brag on her. Tell the world about, boy, I got a good wife. I got a good woman, man. He talking good about her. Read.
Many daughters have done virtuously.
Many daughters have been virtuously.
But thou excellest them all.
But this one woman is over all of them. She number one, boy. Read.
Favor is deceitful.
Favor is deceitful.
And beauty is vain.
And beauty ain't about nothing. That's vain.
But a woman that feareth Yahweh she shall be praised.
The woman that fear Yah and keeping the commandments and talking about Yah, that's the one you're going to praise. I don't care how good she look. I don't care how big her booty is. I don't care how she do that. She ain't talking about Yah. She ain't talking about nothing. You got to be talking about Yah. Read.
Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates.
That's right, in the gate. Okay, let's go to Ruth. Book of Ruth. Book of Ruth. Small book page that's on Ruth.
By Judges.
Yeah.
Page 373 probably.
Okay, let's say Ruth 3 and 3 and 11.
Ruth chapter 3, verse 11. And now, my daughter, fear not, I will do to thee all that thou requirest. For all the city of my people doeth know that thou art a virtuous woman.
See, this is a virtuous woman. Ruth was a virtuous woman. Okay, let's go to Esther. Let's see, Esther. Let's see. Esther chapter 2, verse 17. So don't get it twisted out there. Oh, we got some good women out there that love their men and take care of home and do the right thing. Okay, Esther 2 and 17. Yeah, 2 and 17.
Esther chapter 2, verse 17. And the king loved Esther above all the women, and she obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins.
More than all the virgins.
So that he set the royal crown upon her head, and made her queen instead of Vashti.
Right, he made her queen. Yeah.
Then the
that's it. That's all I needed. Okay. And now I want to talk about going out your race and integration. That's a sin. Abomination. To go out your race. Okay, let's go to Genesis chapter 1. But I want y'all to get this money. I want y'all to get all this money about JC and Paul. Don't forget that. Call me and get paid. I'm not the man one. Hey, he had to be something. Paul and JC had to be something wrong with him. Had to be gay. They ain't never been with no woman. Okay, Genesis 1 and 12. Now I'm talking about integration, mix, going out your race, mixing your food and clothes. Okay.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 12. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good.
Okay, this good when it got an apple tree, a peach tree, grapes, everything got its own kind. Okay, go to 1 and 21.
Verse 21. And Elohim created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind.
Okay, you notice after, pay attention to after the kind. A whale, a killer whale go after a killer whale. A gray whale go with a gray whale after they kind. Read.
And every winged fowl after his kind.
A raven go with a raven. A pigeon go with a pigeon. An eagle go with an eagle. A hawk go with a hawk. Read.
And Elohim saw that it was good.
Now, when he saw these animals going after their own kind, it was good. Right. Okay. 1 and 25. No, 24.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
And Elohim said, let the earth bring forth a living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind.
Everything go out his own kind. Don't mix, don't integrate, don't do none of that.
And it was so.
And it was so. Okay, 25.
And Elohim made the beasts of the earth after his kind,
He made the beast go, the lion go with the lion, and the tiger go with the tiger,
and cattle after their kind,
and the black Angus go with the Angus, and the other kinds of cows go after their own kind.
and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his
You
kind.
seen an ant or something like that, that creeping out his own kind, and even ants stay in their own race. You got the red ants, fire ants, black ants. Read.
And Elohim saw that it was good.
And every time these animals went after their own kind, it was good. So it's a no good thing when they put them in captivity and get a lager and all this old crazy stuff that they do. Okay, let's go to Genesis 6. And another thing, you ain't never seen a gay animal. Okay, yeah, Genesis 6. Start the first verse.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men,
Now the sons of Yah saw the daughters of men. I thought JC was the only begotten son. Here it is. Yahweh got plenty. They got a land full of sons. Read.
that they were fair,
They were beautiful,
and they took them wives of all which they chose.
and they did what they wanted to do with their wives, right?
And Yahweh said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
Right.
There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that were when the sons of Elohim came in unto the daughters of men,
That's right. With the daughter of men.
and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men which were of old.
Now, when they did this, when they integrated, there was a saying that Almighty didn't like this. The sons of men saw the daughter. I mean, the sons of Yah saw the daughters of men. Read.
Men of renown. And Elohim saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Now, this what made it evil when you went out your race. When black and white was mixing at the time, that's the reason why that Almighty Yah destroyed the earth with the flood the first time, because of integration. He don't want no integration. He made the Chinese man for the Chinese woman, the Mexican woman for the Mexican man, the Puerto Rican man for the Puerto Rican woman, and the black Hebrew man for the black Hebrew woman. He want everybody to stay in their own race. Read.
And it repented Yahweh that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart.
It grieved at his heart when he seen all this integration.
And Yahweh said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I had made them.
And the reason why he gonna do this is because man was going out his race. The flood was about integration. It was not about nothing else. It was about men, black men going with white women, and white women going, just mixed up. They were integrated. Read.
But Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahweh.
I thought grace came by JC. That's a lie. Grace started right here. Read.
These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with Elohim.
He did everything that y'all said.
And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before Elohim.
Now let me break this down in case the people out there don't know. Shem is where the Hebrew peoples came from. Ham is where the Canaanites and the other Africans came from, and Jebusites and all the different other African nations came from. And Japheth is the Gentile nations. That's where the Gentiles and the white folks come from, Japheth. Read.
And the earth was filled with violence. And Elohim looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt.
It was corrupt because they were integrated.
For all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And Elohim said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth.
Yeah, that's right. They was violent too. They was violent and going out their race at the same time. Read.
Make thee an ark of gopher wood. room shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make of it. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, and the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above, and the door of the ark shalt thou set in the sides thereof.
Okay, now skip on down to 19.
Verse 19. And of every living thing of all flesh, two of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female.
Not that's right, male and female. Read.
Of fowls after their kind,
Everything got its own kind again.
and of cattle after their kind,
Everything got its own kind.
of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind. Two of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive.
That's right, to keep them alive.
And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. Thus did Noah according to all that Elohim commanded him, so did he.
That's right. Did everything that y'all said do. Let's go to Leviticus 19. Still talking about integration. Leviticus 19 and 19. Almighty don't want none integrated. Your clothes, your food, none of that. Leviticus 19 and 19. Yeah. See, yeah.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 19. Ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with a diverse kind.
That's right. Don't breed no wolf with no coyote.
Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed.
Don't plant no beans with no corn in the same field.
Neither shall a garment mingled of linen and woolen come upon thee.
60-40, 60% cotton and 40% polyester or something like that. Don't do that. Don't mix that. That's right. Don't let nothing come up on your skin. Everything you wear supposed to be 100% cotton. What that say? Nate, who on this shirt?
100% algodin
Okay.
and 100% cotton.
Okay. 100%. Okay. Let's go to Deuteronomy 7. Okay, yeah, Deuteronomy 7 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1. When Yahweh thy Elohim shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and has cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou.
Now this is Ham. This is Ham's seed. This is Noah's son's seed. Read.
And when Yahweh thy Elohim shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
Don't make no agreement with these nations.
Nor show mercy unto them.
Don't show no mercy to them.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Don't marry these people because they ain't no Hebrew Israelite. Don't marry these people. Read.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Don't give a daughter to his son.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
And neither should that daughter be with your son.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Because they got a different lifestyle than we got. They're gonna start celebrating this and celebrating that, doing this and doing that. You're gonna forget all about Yah. When you integrate and go to another nation, you're gonna live like them other nations. Instead of doing it what Yah say, now you're gonna do how your girlfriend live. If she a white girl going to church and we got crosses and pictures all in the house, you gonna go to idolize and worship in that mess. You gonna transform. You gonna cross over. Read.
that they may serve other
They're
deities.
gonna serve other people gods if you do this,
So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you,
and the Almighty gonna be salty at you.
and destroy thee
They
suddenly.
ain't gonna destroy you suddenly. Why? Because you went out your race and now you living like them, doing what they say do.
But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars,
Draw their altar.
and break down their images,
That's right.
and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire.
Burn them crosses up. Burn them churches and crosses up. Read.
For thou art a holy people unto Yahweh Elohim.
And see, we holy because we ain't supposed to go out our race and be with other nations. You know, we supposed to stay in our own race.
Yahweh the Elohim hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Okay, that's enough. I just wanted to prove that we ain't supposed to go out our race. Okay, Deuteronomy 22. The Almighty say everything go out his own kind. He saw it was good. Deuteronomy 22, I think. Let's see. 22 and 9. Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 9. Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with divers seeds.
Okay, when you get a garden and vineyard, you ain't supposed to put no corn here, beans here, string beans here, cantaloupes here. You don't do that.
Lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown, and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled.
That's going to be defiled if you integrate that field.
Thou shalt not plow with an ox and an ass together.
That's right. Don't plow with them together.
Thou shalt not wear a garment of divers sorts, as of woolen and linen together.
That's right. You ain't supposed to have no mixed up garments on you. That's it. Yeah, you ain't supposed to be wearing no mixed up clothes. All your socks supposed to be 100% cotton. All your drawers supposed to be 100% cotton. Everything that you put on supposed to be 100%. Whether it's silk, polyester, cotton, whatever it is, as long as it's 100%. Okay, go to Ezra. Okay, Ezra chapter 9. Still talking about integration. Don't go out your race. Don't integrate your food, your clothes, or go with no other nation and people. Yeah. Ezra 9 and 1.
Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. Now when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites.
Even the Egyptians had different. We were different from them. It was black. All these people were black, but we was different.
For they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands.
And the holy people, the children of Israel, to mingle themselves with the white folks, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Puerto Rico, going out the race.
Yea, the hand of the princes and rulers hath been chief in their trespass. And when I heard this thing, I rent my garment and my mantle, and plucked off the hair of my head and of my beard, and sat down astonished. Then were assembled unto me every one that trembled at the words of the Elohim of Israel, because of the transgression of those that had been carried away. And I sat astonished until the evening sacrifice. And at the evening sacrifice I arose up from my heaviness, and having rent my garment and my mantle, I fell upon my knees and spread out my hands unto Yahweh my Elohim, and said, O my Elohim, I am ashamed and blush to lift up my face to thee, my Elohim. For our iniquities are increased over our head, and our trespasses grown up unto the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day. For our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands, to the sword, to captivity, and to a spoil, and to confusion of face,
Okay, go ahead.
as it is this day.
As it is today, they still doing the same thing, integrate and going out their race. Okay, let's go to Nehemiah 13. Let's go over Nehemiah chapter 13. Nehemiah chapter 1 through 3, I think. Yeah.
Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 1. On that day they read in the book of Moses and the audience of the people, and therein was found written that the Ammonite and the Moabite should not come into the congregation of Elohim forever,
They ain't going to be able to come to the congregation. Read.
because they met not the children of Israel with bread and with water, but hired Balaam against them, that he should curse them. Howbeit our Elohim turned the curse into a blessing. Now it came to pass, when they had heard the law, that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude.
All the mixed multitude separated. Okay. Go to Nehemiah 13. Was that 13?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, 13 to 23. Skip on down to 23. 23 to 20. Yeah.
Verse 23. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of false deity of Ammon and of Moab, and their children spake half in the speech of false deity, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of the people. And I contended with them, and cursed them, and smote certain of them, and plucked off their hair, and made them swear by Elohim, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves. Did not Solomon king of Israel sin by these things?
Yeah, because King Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. He did this great sin. And when he got old, they turned his heart. They turned away. He turned from Yah. Read.
Yea, among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his Elohim, and Elohim made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin. Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil, to transgress against our Elohim, and marry strange wives?
See, this is a great evil when you go out your race. Okay, let's go to First Kings. And talk about King Solomon for a minute. First Kings. Chapter 11. Yeah, that's an evil thing to go out your race, y'all. You ain't got no business with them white girls. You do what you want to do, but in the eyes of Yahweh, it's a sin. I ain't trying to tell you nothing. I'm just saying, but the Almighty gonna love him what he hate. He don't want you to integrate. So if you got a white woman, that's on you. That's your prerogative, but you gonna have to pay for it. You got to pay. You got to answer the Yah. Okay. What I say? First Kings 11. Let's see. Yeah, 11 and 1.
1 Kings chapter 11, verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
He loved many strange women. Mean they wasn't Hebrew Israelite women. They was other nations. Read. Watch this.
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites.
So he loved all kind of women. Read.
Of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, Ye shall not go into them.
Yahweh told us don't go with these white women.
Neither shall they come in unto you.
And don't let them come to you.
For surely they will turn away your heart after their deities.
Hey, they're gonna turn you to this. They're gonna turn you to this. They're gonna turn your heart to that right there, to the New Testament. Okay, let me see what was first King. Let's see. Okay, finish reading.
Solomon clave unto these in love,
Oh, he fell in love with these strange women.
and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines.
That's right.
And his wives turned away his heart.
His wife turned his heart to their God, to their pagan God. He got to doing what they say doing, worshiping pagan gods. Okay, read on.
For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other deities, and his heart was not perfect with Yahweh his Elohim, as was the heart of David his father.
His heart wasn't like David, because David 1,000.
For Solomon went after false deity, the goddess of the Zidonians.
So don't let nobody tell me that no woman can't change a man. The book said you go to listening to her and bow down to her as you get weak. Read.
And after false deity, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of Yahweh.
And what made him do evil? Because when he went outside his race and got them other women, that was evil.
And went not fully after Yahweh, as did David his father.
Because if he had went further after David, like his father, he would have never married them women.
Then did Solomon build an high place for false deity, the abomination of Moab, and
he got to building church houses, and got to building cathedrals. Read.
And the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for false deity, the abomination of the church of Ammon.
Mm-hmm.
And likewise did he for all his strange wives.
He did everything for a strange wife. Strange wife means a different race. It ain't no Hebrew.
Which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their deities.
And sacrificed to their deity.
And Yahweh was angry with Solomon.
He was angry with Solomon. Solomon got to building them church houses, wearing crosses, and worshiping these people, deities.
Because his heart was turned from Yahweh Elohim of Israel.
His heart was turned. He stopped keeping the law. He stopped keeping the Sabbath. He stopped doing a lot of things that Yah say do. He stopped all that.
Which had appeared unto him twice.
Mm-hmm.
And had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other deities.
Don't go out to JC in that New Testament.
But he kept not that which Yahweh commanded.
Yeah, he kept not what he commanded, right.
Wherefore Yahweh said unto Solomon, Forasmuch as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant.
Okay, that's right. He's going to take it away from you because you want to be hard-headed and disobedient. And you want to listen to these women like the men do today. They want to listen to a woman instead of listening to Yah. Okay, Proverbs 5 and 20. I think I said no, 5 and 9. Proverbs 5, 12. Yeah, Proverbs 5 and 12 to 20.
Proverbs chapter 5, verse 12. And say, How have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof.
So you can't tell nobody nothing. Hard-headed, don't want to listen. Read.
And have not obeyed the voice of my teachers.
I ain't going to listen to the teacher. Like I'm going to teach, I'm teaching what Yah say. I ain't teaching what I say. I'm teaching what Yah say. And I ain't teaching what Paul, Peter, Luke, John, and JC say. But they ain't nothing. They ain't the fault of the windstone. Read.
Nor incline my ear to them that instructed me.
I ain't going to listen to the truth.
I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly.
That's right.
Drink waters out of thy own cistern.
Drink water out of your own cistern.
And running waters out of thy own well.
Out of thy own well.
Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of waters in the streets. Let them be only thy own,
That
and not strangers with thee.
and don't be with the stranger. Stay within yours. Don't be going over there to the stranger. Read.
Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth.
Just with your own kind of wife, your own Hebrew lady. Don't go out your race. Stay with your own people.
Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe.
That's right. Y'all have fun together. Go out to eat. Go to the movies. Just have a good time together.
Let her breast satisfy thee at all times,
Let her titties satisfy you at all times. That's right. Massage and rub and caress them titties. That's what the book say.
and be thou ravished always with her love.
And be always ravished with her love. This Hebrew woman.
And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman,
Man, why you gonna go with that white woman and all them pretty black girls over there? Why would you do that? Why would you go out your race
and embrace the bosom of a stranger?
and embrace a white woman or a Gentile woman, any kind of woman? You're gonna embrace her for, and the Almighty made the black woman for the black man. Why would you go out there and get a Chinese woman or a Mexican woman? Don't make no sense.
For the ways of man are before the eyes of Yahweh, and he pondereth all his goings.
For all this going, okay. Now, in other words, stay in your own race. Okay, did I cover everything? I think. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I wanted to say I can send you all this money here too. If you can show me a gay lion, a gay snake, or a gay tiger, or a gay chicken, or a gay rooster, or a gay rat, or a roach, anything that's gay, and all of them staying within their race. They go after their own kind, and they ain't gay, so they worsen it. So the animals got more sense than human beings. Got more sense than people. The animals know what to do right, and the people don't know what to do right. They just running wild and doing what they want to do. But now I done, I think I done covered everything. And like I say, if y'all want to get this money, give me a call at 618-203-4182, and I'm gonna run your money order straight to your house. And you can prove to me that JC was not gay, and that he had a wife, and that he had kids, and he had sex with a woman, and Paul the same way. Prove that to me. I want to see. But in the meantime, the Almighty Yahweh love you, and I do too. And I'm gonna close out by saying Hallelujah, giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yah by saying Hallelujah, praise the mighty Yah, Shalom, shalom.